I will admit I'm a little bit late to make this video. It is a couple hours until these banners come out, but I just want to do a very quick PSA to basically say, don't you dare summon on these banners. And that's very large in part due to the fact that we have the information on the Painter event. Painter event won't be crazy, but it is still very relevant because, well, these heroes and these banners are very, very good. As you can see, we have Valise, who is, in my opinion, the best AoE mage in the game, or a contender for it at the very least, and Rosalia, who I think is one of the best matrix damage dealers, one of the best PvE heroes in the entire game. If you have not seen the video on her, I highly recommend it. She is amazing. And then we also have Ezreath and Pierre. Pierre is very interesting, very hard to use. I also recommend watching his video because you're not going to be able to use him properly unless you watch it. But also, you know, he's pretty solid. And then Ezreath, which is one of the best lords in the game. I would argue Ezreath may be a top 3 lord in the game. I use him everywhere, and he's really, really growing on me the more and more that I use him. These are some of the best heroes in the game, and some new, very powerful heroes. So with that being said, what do we have this weekend? Well, we have Yuri, who is very good. Yuri is pretty solid, right? She's pretty versatile, usable for sure in anti-air. She's on the most meta teams. That is currently this Dracula Lady A team. I do think the Yuri team with High Awakenings is potentially better, or even with less Awakenings, you could make it work. But for the most part, she is kind of being phased out a little bit. And then until you get Lady A for Grade 3, she is amazing. Really good for progression, like Silas level for progression if you're earlier on. She's very good. But she just does not compare to the strength of Valise, of the strengths of Rosalia, which are some of the best AoE damage dealers in the whole game. While Yuri is a very good piercer, but she's not one of the best, you know, so there's that said. And then Lord Phineas is pretty good, really good for early guild boss, good for Abyss if you're using an Infernal team, and Gear Dungeon 2, he's very good for the new stages. That's about where it is. I would never really pull for Phineas unless he's a missing component for something specific. But like I said, right, it's night and day. You could wait for next week and get the new hero and the already good existing hero that are super meta, super relevant. Valise, amazing in GVG, has used in Arena, even though I don't think it'll take over the new meta, whatever. Amazing in Geared 1, amazing with Ezreath in every content, amazing super meta in Matrix with Ezreath and even on her own. Valise, like Gear Dungeon 1, she's one of the best heroes, right? Valise is one of the best AoE mages in the game. And then we also have Rosalia, who is going to be one of the best AoE fighters in the game, right? So, or you could get a very good hero and a very good hero that aren't as good, right? So I do recommend saving. And then even with the Ancient banner, Cyrus is pretty good still. Mainly or only really going to use him for GVG. You do not need him in Matrix anymore. He doesn't really get as much use outside of Malware calls, and GVG are the two areas I think he's the best in. He's very good. I do recommend picking him up eventually, but I think now when you have one of the best lords in the game that has super important awakening versus Cyrus, who first of all doesn't need awakenings, and second of all will not get near as much use, I think it's a no-brainer. And then Pierre is just simply better than Cassiel. I love Cassiel. I think Cassiel's great. He's just not an exceptional unit, especially for being a non-lord. So really, what do I say? I say everyone should skip this weekend and pull for Valise, Rosalia, Pierre, and Ezreath. All right, just want to make this video very quickly to let y'all know. And yeah, that's it for me. See ya. Destined signing out. I don't know what to say anymore to sign off. So see you guys.